So I've been sitting on some thoughts, and I feel that now is the time for me to air them. I don't usually speak irrationally or to give knee-jerk reactions to things, especially sensitive topics like this one. I am, of course, talking about the terrible tragedy that's happened over in and is still happening over in the Ukraine, between Russia and the Ukraine. So first and foremost, from the get-go, I just want to express my thoughts and feelings are with anyone who has been directly affected by this. It's an absolute tragedy. Like I say, it's all happened so quickly, and I could only imagine, or I can't even imagine what it's like to have to flee your home, to lose everything that you loved and everything that you know, to have all that uncertainty in front of you, to experience the death of loved ones perhaps, and who knows what another person is going through right now. So I of course haven't been directly affected. I do know some people where it is a bit closer to home, so once again, thoughts and feelings are with you. Much love. But regardless of the cause, I have always believed and always will believe that war is a terrible thing. It should be avoided at all costs. I go to the military strategy guide by Sun Tzu, called The Art of War. Anyone who's read it will, or may be familiar with the opening paragraph, which I want to read for you. It says, "War is a grave affair of state. It is a place of life and death, a road to survival and extinction, a matter to be pondered carefully." And that is something which I really take from it. Something to be pondered carefully can be quite ambiguous, but also another thing which I adopt is to really process. I'm very much aware that despite being a pacifist, war or conflict happens. It is inevitable, and defense, by all means, self-defense is a necessity in life, no matter how big nor how small. So the point in this book is to provide a guide to help aid the survival, but to also say to tread with caution and to express that it should be pondered very carefully. Is this necessary? Do we need to do this? And I think that most of the time in our lives, we don't need to do this, whether it's a big conflict like this or whether it's just a smaller one. It could be a silly little argument or some grudge that you're holding. There is always another way. We could live in a more peaceful world. We could have a much more peaceful society if we really cultivated that and really tried. So, this goes back to John Lennon. One of my favorite songs of all time for activism is "Imagine." Generally, just for a lot of things, talking about religion and politics and conflicts and nations. Wouldn't it be nice to just live in a world where we don't have to hold fast to those ideas that we're so passionate about, but we have to fight over them. So like I say, I don't avoid war. I don't think that it is something which you should bury your head in the sand with, but I also do feel that we should all collectively try and pacify situations as best as we can. So with that said, my hopes for now are that nothing will escalate. We don't have the full story. We only have what the media tells us, and obviously there's media around the world which tells very different stories. But despite that, at the heart of it all, we need to diffuse the situation as fast as possible in the most effective way as possible, and let's just hope that we can minimize, if not eradicate, any more tragedy, not only in the East but around the world long term. No escalation. I can only hope that things can get better from here and that they're not going to get worse. Okay, so those are my thoughts. I will be back with some other things later on in the weekend, but for now, love and peace.